dispatch long enough to know that most strange calls have a logical explanation. Scared people see things, hear things, exaggerate, mix up numbers, addresses, times. There's always a rational reason. At least, that's what I believed. Until that night. I was finishing overdue reports when the call light on my console lit up. It was 1:57 a.m. Too late from noisy neighbor calls, but normal enough for someone on the night shift. I answered, like always. "Emergency dispatch, what's your emergency?" On the other end, a woman spoke with a trembling voice, almost swallowed by panic. "It's apartment 704. Please, someone needs to come. He's screaming. He's begging for help. I think someone is hurting him." I told her to calm down, to breathe, but she cut me off. "He's pounding on the door. I can hear it from here. He's begging to get out." I began documenting the incident, but something in the system caught my attention immediately. The system showed the building layout, complete listing, ground floor to the top, and the top floor ended at 703. There was no 704. I rechecked everything, looked through old documents, verified the building's registry, but that was it. The building simply didn't have an apartment 704. I returned to the call, trying to hide my confusion. "Ma'am, are you sure about that number?" She practically screamed. "Yes, I live in 603. I can see the door of 704 from my window. The light under the door turns on and off. I can see a shadow moving under it." My heart jumped inside my chest. Still, I dispatched the closest patrol unit. While they were heading there, I asked her to describe exactly what she was hearing. She took a shaky breath, and her voice came out so small it sounded like she had shrunk. "He won't stop pounding, and he's saying my name." I almost dropped my headset. "Your name? Do you know the resident?" "No, never met him, but he's calling for me, like he knows me." Before I could ask more, the patrol arrived. The first officer radioed in, "Dispatch, we're at the building, heading up to the top floor." The woman stayed on the line. "They'll hear it! He's screaming! They'll hear it!" And then something cut through the call. A bang. Sharp, heavy, like something slamming into wood. The woman gasped, "Oh my God, he's pounding again!" The patrol transmitted from the hallway. "Dispatch, we're at the 7th floor. We're, looking at an empty corridor." I froze. Empty? Yes, the hallway ends at 703. Beyond that, it's just a wall. There's no door past it. The woman's breathing turned into hysterical. "But I can hear him. He's right there. The 704 is right in front of you. Please, you need to get to the door." The officers tried to reassure her, saying there was no door. And that's when things became much stranger. Their radio picked up something it shouldn't have. A muffled sound, coming from the other side of the wall. A dull thud, then another, and another, like fists pounding. The officer stopped talking for a moment, then whispered, "Dispatch, someone's knocking, but behind the wall. This makes no sense." A cold shiver ran through me. I told them to proceed with caution. The woman spiraled into total panic. "He's screaming! You don't hear him? He's screaming so loud! The 704 is right there! Please, open the door!" But there was no door. The officers confirmed a smooth wall, fresh paint, nothing unusual. And then, suddenly, my phone rang again. A simultaneous call. No number, no ID. I answered, and before I could say anything, a trembling male voice whispered, "Don't let them open that door." I froze. It was the supposed resident of 704. His voice came through with chilling clarity, like he was speaking an inch from the microphone. "They found it. They finally found it. If they open it, they get out." I asked, "Who gets out?" Silence.
a heavy silence like someone was breathing inside it. And then he spoke. "I'm not supposed to exist." The call ended. I switched back to the other line. The woman was still sobbing, terrified. The officers were still examining the wall, trying to locate the source of the noises. And then it happened. Every radio, the patrols, the dispatch centers, even the woman's call began emitting the same sound. That grotesque, heavy static, like something was crawling through the wires trying to break into the audio. The officer stepped back. "Dispatch, the wall is bulging." I stood up without realizing. "What? It looks like something is pushing from the other side." The woman screamed through the phone. "It's him! I knew it! He's trying to get out!" And then came the worst sound of the night. A slow creaking, long, dry, dead. And the wall opened. Not like someone broke it, but like it had always been a door. Hidden, waiting. The officers aimed their flashlights and saw a corridor, dark, deep, smelling of ancient mold, completely impossible. And on the floor right at the entrance were claw marks, as if someone had been dragged inside. The woman from 603 screamed, "He's coming out! I can see a shadow! Close it! Close it!" The officers tried to retreat, but the static grew louder. The lights flickered. The radio went silent. And then the invisible, non-existent door slammed shut, hard enough to shake the entire building. Every connection dropped. My call disconnected. The hallway returned to normal. Smooth wall, as if nothing had ever happened. The patrol came back to the station, pale and shaking. They locked themselves in the break room for hours. The women never answered another call from us, and the supposed resident of 704 never called again. But since that night, I keep staring at the building's floor plan. 703 is the last apartment. It always has been. But sometimes, not always, but sometimes, when I open the system map, there's an extra square. Gray, unlabeled, unregistered, right there, where 704 should be. And I know that if I click on it, the call will come back. And next time, maybe he'll answer. Or worse, maybe it won't be him.